What's up, it's your boy King, back in with another video. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, join the family. We drop videos like this every single day. Now today we're watching a video from Top Trending, came out about the 2nd of March. Is Times Karma Came for Bad People. This is I'm super interested. I love when karma comes for bad people. Bad people deserve bad things. I do believe in an eye for an eye. I might be wrong about that, but I believe in an eye for an eye. Sue me. So yeah, let's jump straight into the video. I mean, if it wants to play, that'd be great. There we go.
It's convenient to believe that when people perpetrate evil acts, the universe will provide divine retribution.
We hope.
Of course, it doesn't always work this way, but sometimes evil actions are met with equally dire consequences. The universe has found its own way to punish a man who bought a shoe camera for taking photographs and video up women's skirts. The camera's battery apparently exploded during a trial run at home, injuring the man's foot, according to police in the American state of Wisconsin.
That's what
Officers
you absolutely... Listen, that's what you deserve, you absolutely perverted little fiend. Oh my gosh. Like, imagine that. But how... Yeah, that's so mad. That's so mad. You
Well, hemmed himself in, but will not be prosecuted as he did not capture any offending images. The painful episode was revealed by Mike Koval, the chief of police in the state's capital, Madison, on his blog. He said he had purchased a shoe camera that he intended to use to take upskirt videos of females, but the camera battery exploded prior to obtaining any video, he said. When the explosion happened, he got treatment for minor burns, then disclosed what happened to his mentor, a clergyman, he told the Wisconsin State Journal. The man then presented himself at a police station to report a sex offence. Police said they counselled him before releasing him, although they added that their investigation continued.
Just because he didn't do anything. I wish he actually caught some, a video or two so they could have bagged him. Just send him away. Send him away.
Jill Grant and her boyfriend Michael Franco had planned to throw a party on December 23, 2013. But when guests showed up to their gated neighborhood in Indio, California, they couldn't get in, and Franco told them the party was off. Grant's brother called the police, who by that time had already recovered Grant's body. Prosecutors say Franco killed the 41-year-old high school math teacher, and the Desert Sun now reports that the inadvertent voicemail may have captured the final desperate moments of her life.
What? I'm so confused what just happened.
Franco.
What? Wait, if anyone knows what this is about fully, leave a link in the description. Leave a link in the description. Leave a link in the comment below, because I have no idea what the hell's going on here.
Just cut his girlfriend's throat, then ran her over with a car and deposited her body at a nearby golf course. KESQ reports a box cutter and a Toyota Prius are listed as the weapons used in the criminal complaint. The voice...
My mom would love this. My mom would be so intrigued in this. I feel like she'd even go start researching everything right now.
The question is one left by Franco's phone to a friend's number in an apparent butt dial, per court documents. Though the Desert Sun reports it's largely inaudible, Grant is heard saying this: "What if I drive the car someplace and call 911 myself and say I was attacked? Would that work? But we can think of something to say like, what do you want me to say?" Among the other alleged evidence against Franco, who has pleaded not guilty, Franco took money out of an ATM using Grant's card on the night of her death, and when apprehended by police, reportedly told them he was trying to flee to Mexico.
So you killed her, then used her card to withdraw P's. How stupid? How stupid can you get?
An Arizona man was charged in 2018 with impersonating a police officer after pulling over two state troopers who were patrolling in an unmarked car. Matthew Allen Disbrow, 44, of Mesa, was booked into the Maricopa County Jail. Arizona Department of Public Safety officials said two troopers were patrolling State Route 51 in an unmarked yellow Ford Mustang when they saw a black Dodge Charger equipped with police-style lighting through their rear window. The troopers ran a registration check on the license plate and discovered the car belonged to a private citizen. A few moments later, the driver of the Charger activated his flashing lights and tried to pull the Mustang over, officials said in a news release. When the troopers did not pull over, the driver pulled up alongside them and started yelling and waving, indicating that they needed to pull over. The troopers turned the tables, activating their own lights and pulling the...
Hey, one free my guy, because that's funny. That's some funny prank stuff. But at the same time, I don't know what he would have done. If it was, say it was a female in there or something, I don't know what he would have done if he was just pulling them over. And two, that is so mad. How bad can your luck be that you accidentally, like, you're using fake lights and then you accidentally pull over feds? Like, how are you accidentally pulling over CID? That is so sad.
Later identified as Disbro over, the news release said.
Oh, but wait, he was waving at them. I just realised in America, it's the state trooper like that. They're going to be in uniform even if it's an unmarked car. So how are you still waving at them and that?
Was taken into custody, works as a uniformed armed security guard, investigators said. His Charger was not only equipped with lights, but also with a police siren and a radio scanner. A 12-year-old girl who was abducted and beaten by men trying to force her into a marriage was found being guarded by 3 lions, who apparently had chased off her captors, according...
What? 3 lions? Bro, I don't... You know what, yeah? That's mad. Imagine you're the girl, yeah? Now, they've chased off the men, right? But now I'm thinking I'm dinner, basically. Like, I'm not a lion. They want me to eat. They want to eat, man. That's all I'm thinking. I can't lie. That's all I'd be thinking.
The policeman who found her. The girl, missing for a week, had been taken by 7 men who wanted to force her to marry one of them, said Sergeant Wandimu Wadajo, speaking by telephone from the provincial capital of Beta Genet, about 350 miles southwest of Addis Ababa. She was beaten repeatedly before she was found on June 9th by police and relatives on the outskirts of Beta Genet, Wandimu said. She had been guarded by...
Some men deserve to die, you know. I can't lie. Like, birded for life. In jail. Sorry, birded means in jail for life, for all of those that you don't mean. For all of those that don't know what that means. Or dead. Some men deserve to be dead or in jail for life. No remorse. Dead or in jail for life. 129%.
Lions for about half a day, he said. They stood guard until we found her, and then they just left her like a gift and went back into the forest, Wandimu said. If the lions had not come to her rescue, then it could have been much worse. Often these young girls are raped and severely beaten to force them to accept the marriage, he said. Stuart Williams, a wildlife expert with the Rural Development Ministry, said it was likely...
Why would you even do that? Why would you force someone to marry you? Like, a marriage is meant to be a happy thing. You know what I'm saying? So even if you force her to marry you, now what? Like, a year down the line, she's still probably going to try to run away. She might even try to run away every day. Like, nah, honestly, dead or in jail for life.
Girl had been saved because she was crying. A young girl whimpering could be mistaken for the mewing sound from a lion cub, which in turn could explain why the lions didn't eat her, he said. The girl was shocked and terrified and had to be treated for the cuts from her beatings, Sergeant Wandimu said. He said police had caught 4 of the men, but were still looking for 3 others. Ethiopia's lions, famous for their large black manes, are the country's national symbol and adorn statues and the local currency. Despite a recent crackdown, hunters kill the animals for their skins, which can fetch $1,000. Williams estimates that only 1,000 Ethiopian lions remain in the wild.
For a 1K, you want to kill a whole lion, you know.
A teenage boy who was attacked by a crocodile desperately fought off the predator after being dared to jump into the river. Lee Paul, 18, managed to punch the reptile to escape its jaws after he was bitten during a late-night swim.
How tough must your bangs be to be banging a croc and for it to actually give up? You know what I mean? Like, them things don't play about. Like, when it gets into that death row as well, that's it. It's game over. Like, your arm is coming off.
The Johnston River in far north Queensland, Australia, the Daily Mail reported. The young man had leapt into the croc-infested water from the wharf on the Innisfail Esplanade just before 2:30 a.m.
So you knew there was crocodiles in there? Dumb you.
He was taken to Innisfail Hospital and then Cairns, where he is undergoing surgery for significant injuries. He remains in a stable condition.
He deserved
said
that.
Despite his severe injuries, the victim's arm is still intact. Apparently, he was hoping to prove that Australians never get attacked by crocodiles. But of course, in this case, he was tragically mistaken. Thankfully, he is healthy and will learn from his poor judgment.
Dumb you. See? It was even in Australia. Australia is not a real place. I'm telling you this now. People like to say Jamaica is not a real place. But you see, Australia, it is not a real place. They have too many critters. I'm even saying it like a Aussie. They've got too many critters. Like, I could be standing in this room right now and there might be a snake on my ceiling, like literally just going mad.
A well-known South African hunter passed away after he was crushed to death by an elephant, which was shot by another member of his group. Thunis Botha, 51, from Johannesburg,
well, I'm sad that the
was
elephant
leading
died,
a hunt in
but
Kwai, Zimbabwe,
I'm not
when they
sad that he
stumbled
died.
across a herd of elephants, which included pregnant cows. 3 elephants stampeded towards the hunters, and Mr. Botha opened fire with his rifle, prompting a 4th elephant to storm in from the side and lift him up with her trunk. The Afrikaans news site Network 24 reported that another member of the group fired the fatal shot at the elephant, and as the animal collapsed dead, she fell on Mr. Botha. The unfortunate incident happened when the hunting party got in the middle of a breeding herd of elephants and were attacked by female elephants. Nyasha Simkhant, the spokesman.
How do these people get away with hunting in these countries, man? It should all be illegal, like.
Zimbabwe National Parks told CNN.
Simkhant
said that the hunt was legal, though with elephants dwindling in the wild, many people feel it was deeply immoral. Thunis embraced his heart's passion and engaged in full-time big game hound safaris in and around South Africa, adding private ranches in Zimbabwe and Botswana as new destinations in 1991, read the website. Who stuffed stolen money down their pants were caught on camera chasing it down the street as it blew away. CCTV footage shows the 2 men...
Wait, why are you stuffing it in your pants? You don't have a bag? Why are you coming so unprepared that you have to put the stuff into your trousers? Are you stupid? Like, you're not going to plan for a robbery, dumbass?
Street in Manchester, England, before the notes begin streaming out behind them. One of the men can be seen crouching down in what appears to be an attempt to stop any more of their bounty escaping from his pants. The other chases after the banknotes as they tumble away in the wind. Police say the men ran down the street before the notes started dropping from their pants. They later got into a silver car which sped off. This duo threatened innocent people working the travel agents and should know their actions are utterly unacceptable, said Detective Constable Phil Scargill of GMP's Tameside Borough. As they ran outside, struggling to carry the cash, some of the notes spilled onto the road and were blown away. The not-so-dynamic duo...
They really came unprepared, like on the Mazzy. They came so unprepared.
Sped off in a getaway vehicle. James Washington almost got away with murder. The Nashville man,
almost, but no cigar,
an unrelated sentence, made what he thought was a deathbed confession when he suffered a heart attack, admitting to the murder of Joyce Goodner on July 5th, 1995, according to WSMV. Washington believed he wouldn't live to face the consequences. Turns out he did. Prison guard James Tomlinson relayed Washington's confession in court. He kind of got as best as he could, motioned and said, "I have something to tell you. I have to get something off my conscience and you need to hear this." He said, "I killed somebody. I beat her to death," Tomlinson told the jury. Washington tried to take back his statement after he survived the heart attack, but it was too late. He was found guilty and now faces a life sentence, the Global Dispatch reports. Washington...
Karma is a bitch. I do believe in karma, guys. Like, I can't lie. Like, eventually, might not be today, might not be tomorrow, might not be next week, might not even be a year from now, but eventually karma is coming to bite your ass, guys. It's coming for you and it's coming hard. Just try to be a good person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just try.
Confession puts him amongst the likes of Geraldine Kelly, Tor Hepso and Henry Alexander, who all confessed to killings on their deathbeds. These killers, however, passed on shortly after clearing their minds. The Civilian Office of Police Accountability released a video showing an off-duty police officer exchanging gunfire with 2 suspects after they tried to carjack him. The incident happened on April 20th, 2018 on the south side of Chicago. In the video, an off-duty Chicago police officer was sitting in a black BMW about to head to his barber shop when 2 men in hoodies approached on the sidewalk, only they picked the wrong car to hijack. The one in grey walks up to the car and opens the front passenger door. The man in blue runs around to the driver's side. The officer then jumps out and pulls his weapon, and that's when a firefight ensues. One of the carjackers is seen pulling his gun and firing shots as the officer fires back, taking cover behind a white Jeep. Those suspects got away. Police said the suspects ran into a waiting vehicle and sped off. The incident happened just 2 blocks from Bogan High School, just as school was getting underway. No one was injured during the shootout.
Wait. Did you see how close they was, yeah? And one of the person shooting is a trained police officer. And you're telling me no one got injured? He must have, like, I'm hoping that trained police officer, although I don't want to see anyone die, come on. Come on now. I'm hoping that trained police officer missed on purpose. Because how are you going to protect anyone if you can't even shoot straight?
You've heard of canine officers. Here's a twist on animal...
I've heard of geese ones too in China. Go check that video out, guys. Filmed that yesterday. Amazing video. Super funny. Go check it out. Plug.
Distant captures you never saw coming. A herd of about 16 cattle corralled a suspected car thief who took off on foot when police in Florida closed in on an SUV Sunday. It had to have been a great day to be a cow, perhaps even one of the greatest days in the history of cows. The new superheroes of the bovine world took off after Jennifer Kaufman, who police said was one of 2 people inside the stolen SUV when it crashed into the pasture where they were grazing. Kaufman never stood much of a chance in her getaway attempt, according to video from a helicopter circling overhead. It shows her making good time in her run across the pasture until she encountered the cows, that is. The determined bovines chased the suspect, helping authorities overhead better track her. It looks like they may attack her, someone says from the helicopter, then adds, see the large group of cows? They are literally chasing her.
Actually, the large group of cows is following her for a good visual. Looks like they may attack her.
The cows eventually cornered her at a fence, at which time police were able to come in and arrest her.
She got bagged. She got chased down by the cows. I think basically she just wandered into their territory and the cows don't know who you are because obviously they don't recognize your scent and all of that. So it's like, what are you doing here, mate? Like, you don't belong here. We don't want you here. But guys, that's going to do it for today's video. That was awesome. I enjoyed that a lot. Actually, I love seeing people get their karma. I can't lie. Get your comeuppance. Like, if you did something and you deserve to get bad karma for it, hold that. Hold that. As I said, I don't care if it's today, tomorrow, a year from now. As long as it comes back at you, hold all of that. But of course, the world doesn't exactly work like that. And bad things happen to good people. And good things happen to bad people. But hey, as much karma as I can see in the world, I'll take it. But it's been your boy, Remain King. We'll be back tomorrow with more videos. Remember, join the family, join the crew by hitting that subscribe button and let me know what you want me to react to in the comments below. See you guys.
When a pussy like a loose nail. Harriet tell me 20.